Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'm going to go in depth a little bit more on the XS Sights AK sights, as you see here on my WP mini jack. I do have a standalone video on the WP mini jack of mine here, and I did talk a little bit about these, but I do want to make a dedicated video because I know that when I was going to research these sights on my own, I couldn't really find a lot of videos out there or material or anything whatsoever. I do want to go ahead and preface this video and let everybody know that I do have a media partnership with XS Sights. I did get these sites for free from them. I don't get paid any money to endorse them whatsoever, but I do get these for free. So again, just want to be upfront about those. So, XS Sights for the AK or XS sights in general, they've definitely been known, at least well known for their big dot sighting system. And that's typically, I believe it started with handguns. And with their big dot system, they would replace the front sight with a very large circle. And then the rear sight, instead of having your typical rectangle, square, corners, with 45-degree angles on it, and then a notch that you would line up your blade front sight, it is a very shallow V, as you see right here. So they have tritium vials in here. They make a couple different options, some with tritium and some with not. These in particular have the tritium, but they're definitely whited out. So you get the white eye, and then you get the white dot down here. Again, both have tritium in them. And basically the idea here is, and I can't really get it on camera as well, but you are just going to go ahead and line up, and they call it dotting the eye. So you'll take the dot, you'll put it right on center of the eye back here, and once you get the top of the eye lined up with the bottom of the dot, you go ahead and squeeze the shot off. It's advertised to be a lot quicker, a lot more intuitive, and then it also helps you keep your focus on your front sight like you should have when you have these iron sights. As far as installation goes, changing out the front sight on any AK, it does require the tool to go ahead and, of course, you're gonna turn out your front sight post, and then you're gonna press out the barrel here. Now, the barrels with some AKs have been notoriously hard to get these out. You can buy cheap tools, whether they're made by Vism or some other cheap one on eBay or Amazon or whatever it may be. I see tons of reviews where people talk about breaking them. One of the other challenges about this is that with this type of front sight post here, you can't use many of the standard ones. So when I went ahead and decided to get the tool for this, I got the Magnamatic Defense AK Front Sight Tool Gunsmith Edition. The Gunsmith Edition will not only does it give you a lot more torque in order to press these out, and it's made out of stronger materials that it won't break on you, but it'll actually fit over the front sight post like this style that you see here, maybe on some Dracos and whatnot. So once you remove the old front sight, as you can see here, it's got a screw to line you up and down vertically, and you're gonna go ahead and press in your XS sight. Get it evened out as much as you can, whether you want to take a caliper and measure from the base to the end of the screw or whatnot. And then you're going to go ahead and screw in your front sight post. Once you get it to the point of where you want it, where you think it's going to be good at, there is an Allen key. On the front sight post, there's a flat that's milled into the side of it so that it gives the Allen screw something to go ahead and bite into. When it comes to the rear sight, so rear sights, you're going to remove these like you would any other AK sight. You have that spring in there, and then all you got to do is typically take a flathead, push it down in there, and push it down low enough to pop out here, and your old sight will come out. And then as you see here, it gets replaced with the XS sight. Now, the XS sight has an adjustment that's built into it as well. It flips up, you lose that sliding scale that allow you to, range at different meters. And I know there's a lot of different thoughts into how effective that is or is not. But as you see here, there is an Allen key here. When you have it adjusted, it sits perfectly flat with your front sight, your front trunnion here. It's just going to sit flat, but you can use this and take your Allen key, and then you can go ahead and screw it down to raise this up to give you a little bit of fine tuning of your elevation adjustment. And then in addition to that, your dovetail here for the rear sight, you have two very, very small Allen keys. Once you loosen those up, you can slide this a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right to make some fine adjustments to it. So with your XS Sights, you're going to get a front sight adjustment tool, which is going to be able to grip that front sight. You're going to get this very, very little tiny Allen key with a loop on it, and that's going to be for these two screws here. And then you're going to get another Allen key here, which will adjust it. I'm sorry, not for that one. For this one here, if you need to turn it to adjust your elevation. So I highly recommend you, if you get these sights, you keep these tools here, along with the right one that you're going to need here to get really kind of fine tune your elevation as well. Keep them in your Ranger bag with you. Took these out this weekend. When I first installed these, I got to the point where I thought they were going to be good. It was shooting really, really high and a little bit to the left. So I went ahead and made the adjustments to it as required. And now that I have it where I want it to be, you know, and I took it out with my wife this weekend on Christmas Eve. We're taking some shots at a 10-inch gong from 25 to 40 yards away, and she was pretty easily able to get some repeatable hits, as was I. So now that I know where this is where I want it to be, I'm going to go ahead and apply some blue Loctite to both this screw here, along with these two screws here. Did not have to make any adjustments to the rear sight for elevation, so no need for Loctite there. But overall, how do I feel about these sights? I do feel they're very, very fast. You know, it's very intuitive, a lot quicker to get just dot the eye, along with your eye drawing here to the shallow V. Feels very, very natural, very, very intuitive. And I, you know, leaving the range, I asked my wife what she thought about them, and you know, she is used to all my other guns, whether it be AKs or ARs. They have red dots or some type of optic on them. So I asked what she thought about shooting with iron sights, and she said, I think it was pretty good. She's like, the fact that I hit that gong, and you know, not have any issues with it, I think that kind of shows. She's like, but it felt very natural to bring the gun to my eye and dot the eye on this and squeeze off a shot. So think they are definitely a very good investment for you. I don't remember how much these cost off the top of my head from the website, because like I mentioned, these ones were sent to me for free. But if you are exploring the option of going with aftermarket sights and you're just going to stick with irons on your AK, I do definitely recommend these here as an option. Tritium glows pretty bright. You know, me personally, I'm not a huge fan of tritium, because if it is dark enough that you can see the tritium, it is too dark for you to get PID. And if it is light enough to get PID, you're not going to be able to see the tritium. But still, I do think they serve some type of purpose. Rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And then even still, though, you get that nice white outline on there that helps grab your attention very very quickly. And I do feel that with the dot here, even though this is a standard front dot sight and not the big dot, it's, you know, human nature is going to want to gravitate on your target and not your front sight, like you should be when you're using iron sights. But with the XS sight here, it really helps kind of draw your eye back to that white dot versus taking it on the target. For me personally, I couldn't see wanting to go bigger than this for the for AK sights, you know, say versus going with the big dot. I do say when I was zeroing these things out at 25 yards and I was using an IDPA target, I basically, once I had this dot, it was just, I started from the bottom of the center ring and then brought it up, and when I can no longer see it is when I squeeze the trigger. So I say all to say is basically this dot at 25 yards completely covers the center of an IDPA target. But you know, these aren't made to be precision sights at long range. They're meant to be fast, and I do definitely believe that they serve that purpose. So again, if you're looking to upgrade the irons on your AK, definitely take a look at the AK sights. I think they are definitely worth their weight in usefulness, intuitiveness, and then speed on target. And not only saying that because I got a media partnership, they are a very cool option. So go check them out. Hopefully this video helps some of you guys out. If you liked it, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this video as much as you can. It really helps the channel out along with the algorithm, and I'll see you in the next one. Couple of steps. Ooh.